So your main event of this Saturday triple header is a massive match between the defending champions Kaya FC Iloilo and the team that they nipped to the title by a single point, Manila DIGGER FC, going head-to-head in this first round of the 2025-26 Philippines Football League season.
Striker in great form, and last season coming into this as well will be a marked man against
Lucas Del Rosario, a name that pops out there. This is going to be an opportunity to really say Barsanilla naman ang pangalan that pops out there. He has a huge chance to prove his worth.
the DIGGER FC here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium.
Here we go. Kickoff. Space on the right side. Into the box, and Diano is there to meet it.
If I'm not mistaken, that's their first goal so far in that tournament.
Oof. Diano goes down in some pain. Nishioka with an early ball. Chance here for Troy Limbo inside the box. Diano recovering just in time.
The Challenge League as well. The names of Nishioka, Guy, Mane, and Cisse. These are the four players that really stood out.
Fantastic strike to open the scoring. A piece of brilliance from Babukar Toure makes it 1-0 Manila DIGGER. Diano, can he find a teammate from this set piece? Zambrano's shot is blocked from free kicks, but so are Kaya. It's a great ball. And Simone Rota was going for the spectacular. It's trouble from this set piece. It's a deep delivery. Cisse got it goalwards, out wide to Daniels. NG gets to it. He's taken out his own man in the process. Lucas Del Rosario gets it out wide. Kenshiro Daniels into the box. Yellow. That's beyond Rota, and this could be very dangerous indeed for Kaya. Guy. DIGGER have numbers going forward. Chance blocked. Shioka's ball again makes a connection with Jarvis. Cortez blasts out wide. Book. Of course, makikita natin ngayon ang halftime statistics, possession in favor of Kaya, but a lot of that perhaps was inside their own half. They've decided on at least one already. We saw Meliza warming up. It is Janjan Meliza who has been introduced. Foul. Meliza finding a bit of breathing room. It's going to be a corner. Quite a bit of support from Manila DIGGER here inside the stadium, and it's going to be a red card. Wow. Bas Liu being given a red card. Some upset supporters in the stands. We can see it here now.
Unacceptable. The passion of the fans.
Definitely. Meanwhile, after that lengthy Brano trying to deliver that ball into the box. Ott finds Martini Ray. Babalik kay Ott, pulls the trigger, chance here. And had it poked away at the vital moment.
You have to say since Martini race in
On the 1v1s, sometimes the 1v2s. Manila Digger have just had a little bit more success in that department, but here comes Jan Meliza, pulling the trigger early. Daniels gets it back to Magnus. Can he find a teammate? Cut back from Mike Ott. Second opportunity, and that is blasted over. The player comes alive. Crowd on its feet. Chance for Manila Digger. It's gonna be a penalty. Or is it gonna be a yellow card for diving? It looks like it's gonna be a punishment for a dive.
And you'd love to see a replay on a chance like this. Great link up on top.
Urgence in the second half. Martini Ray have come out in numbers tonight. And a real chance here for Digger. It's gone out a bit wide. Opportunity for Paus Mangay! It's a second for Manila Digger.
A great Diaz reaction to the goal, and the fans go wild.
Pandemonium at the Rizal Memorial Stadium as Manila Digger seem to have sealed this match. But this game is far from over. 15 minutes added on.
In perfectly for them so far.
Yamazaki getting forward. Meliza getting stuck in. Chance for Mike Ott on the floor. His teammates will continue playing on. They've got a chance. Long range effort hits the upright.
Confident.
And there it is. Full time. Manila Digger with a famous victory over Kaya FC Iloilo. It's a statement made and sent to the rest of the league. Manila Digger are contenders this year, and they've just taken 3 points away from the defending champions.
The title race is heating up, and we have a big match at hand. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rizal Memorial Stadium for match number 2 of your Saturday doubleheader. This time, it's Manila Digger FC going up against Kaya FC Iloilo. Digger FC dig a deeper hole on Kaya FC. And you have plenty of players as well who could shape up for Kaya FC Iloilo for that big kickoff, and we are on for Manila Digger FC and Kaya FC Iloilo round 2 stadium. Lucas Del Rosario moving forward now for Kaya FC Iloilo on the left side. Looking for the cross. Here back, missed the chance. Oh, dangerous there. Mike almost sends the ball forward. Jarvis is tasked to man Mirbach. Pass to the middle for Meliza. Zambrano thought about it. Still with Zambrano. Goes down. No foul called. Play continues as Manila Digger taking themselves out of the danger zone. Manila Digger FC looking for that counterattack. Jan Meliza trying to get the ball. Oh, collision here. Yamazaki getting entangled with Nishioka.
Yeah, they're just trying to move around in order to try and confuse Manila Digger's backline, trying to rotate.
Here we go for Manila Digger FC with the cross. Babukar Ture is on the free. A shot, and it's a goal for Manila Digger FC. Just like in the first round, they scored in the first half. And again, the same culprit in Babukar Ture scores the opener.
Yeah, and it all came from a mistake from Kaya. They shot themselves in the foot and they get punished. And we kept saying the margins of this game are so fine that even a small mistake like the one that gave away the ball, it's gonna cost you, and you're gonna get punished by a top team. In Manila Digger, that's what they are. They are a top team that are clinical. You give a chance like that to your opponents who are vying for the title, and they will take it. Excellent moment there for Manila Digger. And it's, some would say, even against the run of play, because Kaya were just starting to build up play. Here's the mistake. It's not even an obvious mistake. It's just a duel that Toyoda loses. There's no offside there because Guy doesn't touch the ball, and so much space.
Counter with Janjan Meliza on the left side, looking for the cross. Header in for Mirbach.
Mirbach chance. Got on target, but it's a routine save for Omar NG. But
And Zambrano on the right side. Long ball forward, looking for Mirbach on the far post. To Diano on the right. Overlap there for Yamazaki. Looks for the cross. Del Rosario. Was it a cross or what is it, a shot? Analysis out here, Diego, between Kaya FC Iloilo and Manila Digger FC. They have another game in the weekday on Thursday against Turn and pass to Meliza. Long ball forward for Mirbach. Brings it down to Odd with a shot. Over the bar and out. Moro Mane slides it to Ray. Good pass to the middle. And Nishioka finding the gloves to Usman Guy. And they are on the counter-attack. Limbo, free on the right side. Acres of space. Curls it in. A shot. And that might just be it.
offside, it's offside.
We'll have to confirm as the offside flag is up. No goal, says the referee, as the flag is up for offside. Nervy moments here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium as Manila Digger FC has already been celebrating their second goal of the match and that final nail in the coffin. But John Mike Basinang opts to take that nail out and call for offside. Still with Jarvis. Komaki taken down, but that is it. Jubilation for Manila Digger FC. Agony for the defending champions Kaya FC Iloilo as they lose another 6-pointer at the top of the table class.
Halike, will he take it? What a goal! Halike! And it's a goal. Bottom left corner.
Opportunity for Philippine Army, and it is an equalizer. Fantastic goal.
It's free on the right side, looking for the cross. Beto, and it's a goal for Want the Gig.
Yoka takes it straight to the goal. First blood drawn.
Could easily be pulled back, but here's Aristorenas, no offside. Aristorenas makes it two.
Mirbach meets that one from Malunsoko. Shoots, and they double the lead.
Yamaguchi! What a hit!
There's an attacking chance, and the Aguilas slip it in.
Under the floodlights we go once more. This is your Philippines Football League 2025-26 season, and we are live from the Rizal Memorial Stadium where we are taking one more game for this evening. Championship round football it is. We have Manila Digger taking on Kaya FC Iloilo. Match number 125. This is Glenn Casas alongside Diego Javier. We will be describing the action for you this evening, which is medyo okay na rin naman. 31 degrees, fair humidity, wind speed. That really does make it a little bit better this evening, and hopefully this means that action will commence. So we have two contenders here, and right now one of them is on the verge of really changing history. Diego, Manila Digger FC currently number 1 in the league. They have played 23 times. They have 56 points. And currently, I believe this one should, I think they should be number 2 right now because of one Taguig's performance earlier, which that they described that later. That they are currently slotted in second place, Manila Digger, but tonight could be their opportunity to have one hand on that goal. A little bit of an action here. And good evening to you, Diego. How are you, sir?
Very excited. You know, we're coming to a period where there's so much football. We've got this end of the PFL, we've got the Tri-Nations, we've got the World Cup coming up. Very exciting time for all football fans, but for the PFL fans in particular. These are the matches that are going to influence who finishes first and who finishes second and who becomes the PFL champion. That's why it's such an exciting fixture in front of us tonight.
Kaya nga, and like what we've been saying, after 2 stalemates this evening, which is a very unusual, but again, it's been the flavor of the championship round so far. Unusual results, unexpected results. And right now, we are hoping that somebody is going to break the stalemate tonight. And it could be very well this game with the last chance, last roll of the dice. Last time that Manila Digger and Kaya faced each other, it was a victory coming for Manila Digger, which was kind of a surprise during the time because, of course, defending champions and all. But how do you describe them going from champions to where they are now? And how do you describe Manila Digger from contenders to really serious business?
Yeah, going on to Manila Digger, what a season they've had. They've been so rampant, especially even in AFC competitions, but in the PFL in particular, they've been so good. We've put here as their key to win, take what's yours. Because, Glenn, we were talking before the game, they need to take this match by the scruff of its neck to control it, to influence the championship race, and they need to do what they did twice already this season, which is beat Kaya. However, you mentioned it also, this championship round, puro unexpected yung mga results. Manila Digger are winless in the championship round. That's how unexpected it's been. So yeah, it's going to be a completely chaotic match in front of us tonight.
Take what's yours is the key to this game because we know for a fact Manila Digger is capable. They have been in front of goal. They create chances and beautifully so. Pero this round, nawawala sila. They can't be here.
Yeah, Aguilas beat them, and then you know all of their results in past few weeks, it hasn't been the same Manila Digger from round 1 and round 2. However, they have such a big chance tonight because of what happened to one Taguig earlier tonight to take control of this championship race. And here's their starting 11 from Coach Kim Versales for them to do just that.
So looking at it, 4-3-3 formation, they are certainly sticking to what they know, sticking to putting a little bit of difference in that midfield. But what's your take on this tactically?
Very strong lineup, not changing what really works. There is an obvious absence in the captain, Modumani. He got a red card against Stallion. But other than that, the usual suspects are in this starting 11. Who will stand up for them tonight? Let's wait and find out. But Coach Kim Versales will for sure be expecting one of these individual magical players to take control of tonight's match.
Well, we do have a player to watch this evening, and so far, he has been quite a player to watch in general for the entire season. None other than the number 15, Pa Usman Guy, one of the deadliest scorers in the PFL right now. Although natahimik nga siya this championship round, he is still one of those that if he is on a roll, he can make a difference. What can you say about his contributions?
Incredible season so far from Pa Usman Guy. You know, Saiko Sise was last season's top scorer and last season's starting striker for Manila Digger, and Pa Usman Guy, especially in round 2, completely took that starting position, and it was valid. It was for a valid reason because he showed such killer instinct in front of goal. He will need to be one of those that has a good game tonight if Manila Digger are to take back that first spot and take that championship control in terms of going into the last match day.
Well, we still have the coach here to describe what we will be seeing this evening.
Hello, everyone. This match for us is very, very important. We all know there are 2 matches stay in this match. So this match, our target is still can win, and at least we need to draw. We know we still have our advantage in the next 2 matches. So we just play our style. We just play the match in the hard and the tough, and we want to win this match. We want to get the more advantage in our hand. Thank you.
And the mindset sells it all. They really, really want to win this because they have it. Nasa kamay na nila. Hawak nila ang victory if they want it. But of course, it's not going to be easy with the opposition that they are facing tonight in Kaya FC Iloilo. So far, they have been the defending champions, sure, but they haven't really shown exactly what their character is. And less is more. What do you say about that, Jago?
We were talking before our stream started. They need to lessen those mistakes that have cost them being in this title race. You know, they wanted to go for that four-peat. That, you know, that was what they was talking about when the season started. They fizzled out a little bit in round 1 and round 2. However, they've been better slightly in the championship round. They actually beat one Taguig, a result that wasn't expected. They'll try to do the exact same tonight. Kaya's number so far this season. How do Kaya adjust to that? These are the two teams that represented us on the AFC level this season. Let's see if they can replicate the type of form that got them in that position in the first place. And I'm very interested to see what Kaya can do tonight.
A 4-3-3 formation also, but of course, wag tayong malilito dyan because while the formation is the same, the principle behind it is very different. Anong masasabi mo with this one?
You can see Coach Yoshida's lineup again, a lot of star-studded players. There is no Shuto Komaki in the starting lineup. He's on the bench. Don't expect him to stay on the bench for very long. But yeah, you can see the star players, Ott, Melisa, Mirbak, Ray, Yamazaki, all in there. And that is such a quality-filled 11. Don't let their season fool you. These are still really, really talented players that could put on a show this evening.
Indeed. And of course, speaking of putting on a show, we also have a player to watch for Kaya FC, and that would be none other than Mike Ott. Simply because if this man is on a roll tonight, pag nag-init ang paa niya, if he starts contributing, he doesn't have to score, although he is the most lethal Kaya player in this season. He is going to add up to those numbers, and Kaya might be.
Yeah, and the thing is about Mike Ott is, you mentioned it, he doesn't need to score in games. He can influence it from midfield. He can pull the strings. If he has a good performance tonight and wins that midfield battle, most likely he will be on the winning team.
Well, if that is the case, more to describe Kaya FC right now would be their coach.
Yes, actually, Manila Diggers is a really strong team, so we have to win. We have to try our best to win. So, best of luck. Thank you.
Well, short but sweet, but the message itself was really important here because right now, the chips are down. This is where it gets more important because this is the penultimate match day for this. Revisiting, eto na, corrected na. Good to see right now that Taguig is on the number 1 spot. But the question is, after this match tonight, will they still remain in that top spot? It is getting more intense. We are just moments away from getting it done. Magiging kwento na lang to mamaya. The speculations are over. So let's take you guys to the field for the on-match proceedings.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Let us welcome the teams of Manila Digger FC and Kaya FC Iloilo.
And again, here is your starting lineup running a 4-3-3 formation. We have the keeper NG, guarded by 4 defenders, Juve, Jarvis, Davao, and Tanico. Midfield, Bahas, Baji, Nishioka, and their tip of the spear, Guy, Ture, and Wamba Tafem leading the way for this team. We are looking at a match where this could be it. Hindi pa kailangang umabot sa final match. And these gentlemen right here have the opportunity to take it by the horn, take what's theirs, and will this be that game? On your screens right now is our officials. Referee Paul Galicia, assisted by Brian Buergo and Ronald Getigan. Fourth official is Meliton Pelayo. We also have our referee assessor, Christian Dale Soriano, and our match conditioner this evening, Paula Carmina Cervantes. The skippers are meeting up in the middle with the officials, but here is the lineup for Kaya. Looking at it, we have Patrick Dato between the sticks, guarded by Sambre, Toyoda, Malumanzoko, and Menzi. The midfield is Yamazaki and Zambrano with Ott in the middle. Melissa and Mirbach running the wings with Ray in the middle to take the spear to them. That's Coach Yu Hoshida now. He has been at the helm of Kaya for so long. And of course, while malayo na sa kanya ang victory right now for the championship, we know that this is an important match for him.
Yeah, and there are so many ways this match can go. So many individuals that can take control of this match. And there is going to be a lot of bad blood between these two. Remember, these two teams went at it at a really close title race last season. Kaya winning by only 1 point. Manila Digger, they will really want to complete that triple over Kaya. Well, Kaya naman have the chance to play title race spoilers. So they haven't been in this position much in the previous years, but they can spoil Manila Diggers' party and even season with a victory tonight. So excited for this one, Glenn.
Exactly. They have met 5 times, and would you believe that out of the 5 times in their lifetime, Kaya has only won once, drew once, and lost 3 times. Manila Digger taking the spoils, and 2 of them came from this season here. So of course, this could be payback as well. It could be all that sweet for the defending champions.
The thing is about it as well is there's going to be no figuring out stage. There's no 5 to 10 minutes in the start of the game where these two teams are trying to work each other out. They know each other really well now, so expect the start of this match to be utter chaos.
Well, that's exactly what we are hoping for with Kaya FC in their black, one of the colors that they've been known for. Kicking us off, playing from left to right, and opposing them in the gold or yellow is Manila Digger playing from right to left, and that ball just goes outside. Mirbach last touch, it goes to Manila Digger.
Mirbach playing as a right winger this time, so he's rotated from striker, right winger, and those 2 positions. He needs to have a good match as well to prove himself against one of the best teams in the country.
Nahirapan nga siya after his introduction. We thought that it was going to be a really good momentum for that young man, but as it went on, he became a bit silent, and that's, I think, where it started, the position changing and all that.
But take nothing away from as well from Martini Ray. What a season he is having as well for Kaya up front, scoring so many goals. And yeah, he also scored against his previous opponent, I think Aguilas. Their previous opponent was Taguig, but he has been on some goal-scoring form as well.
Well, Kaya now just taking control of the pacing here, going through the back line. They are looking for it through Malumanzoko. Shift the play to, well, back to the center back here, just hoping for a little bit of a push coming from the opposition, but it's a bit too early for them to be a little aggressive.
Toyoda as well, back in center back. He actually played against Manila Digger in the Challenge League when he was still with his Mongolian club, SP Falcons. He needs to get one over Manila Digger as well, because in the previous matches where Toyoda has played against Manila Digger, he has gotten ripped apart by Guy and Sisei. He needs to prove himself as well against the team that has caused him so many nightmares this season.
And speaking of Sisei, he's still on the bench right now, and of course, that also is a testament to how deep this bench, this squad from Manila Digger is. So far, Kaya has been made a mistake here. Pausman Guy making a run for it, waiting for some numbers. Will he take it himself? He makes a pass, looking for that shot. No can do, still playing that ball. Looks like it ends up outside the perimeter, into the box, punched by the keeper. And just like that, biglang shift to second gear. Here we go.
Look at that. Kaya had so much possession, calm, and then all of a sudden, Manila Digger spring to life. Two of our national team players there dueling with each other. Nishioka's cross cut out by Dato. Early warning for Kaya. They cannot make those mistakes, which we talked about before this game started.
Well, that was beautiful movement from Nishioka to keep that ball, but now they have an opportunity to drive this into that box. In it goes. Up it went. And nobody there to take that shot. That is not going to be called by a foul, and Kaya could be away with Ray making a run for it, waiting for Murbach to make that overlap on the right side. They now have an opportunity to deliver the ball into the box. Kaya looking for that, but well blocked from the defense to keep that ball away.
Great defensive work there from Davao. Murbach showing excellent pace and acceleration, but Davao as well showing him outside. Got a good sliding challenge, and that's also going to be an important duel tonight. Murbach getting forward and Davao having to do the defensive work. So far, it's looking very competitive already in this opening 3 minutes, Glenn.
And we have another corner here, opposite side of the field now, end-to-end stuff with Melisa to deliver. Up it goes and into the hands of the keeper, NG. Good catch from the goalkeeper.
Great catch from the young goalkeeper. Didn't start as Manila Diggers #1 this season, but has completely made that position his. And that's why great set-piece defending. Both teams now passing their first set-piece test. I wouldn't be surprised though if set pieces will have an influence on how this game goes.
Well, looks like we are not done with the action yet. They have tried. Manila Digger looking to expose perhaps that left side. Toure there couldn't get that ball. It'll still be a throw for them though. In comes Toure with the ball. Waiting for the defense. No entry in that direction. Nishioka now back in midfield. Goes all the way back due. Shifting direction now, still Manila Digger moving through midfield. Through the back line, looking for a long pass. Jarvis finds a player up front. And now we have an overlap here. Could there be an opportunity? Great defensive movement by Kaya.
Work from Malaman Soko. Knows that he doesn't have as much pace as his opponents, but made up for it with his movement there.
Well, danger is not completely averted. Manila Digger is back, and Nishioka could have an opportunity. Does he take it? He does, but it's off the post! So close, that opportunity right there.
Well, Kenji Nishioka, you need to keep him quiet if you have a chance at winning this match. Twice already, he has tested the backline of Kaya, and he came so close there, hitting the outside of the post and out. His movement is so smart. Doesn't matter if he's playing in midfield like he is now or as a winger. Wherever he plays, he is just so hard to keep an eye on because his movement is so intelligent, Glenn.
And that one, he just found that space really brilliantly. Kaya really will have a handful tonight on that right side if they are not careful. But they are moving it through midfield. Ott trying to get through. No control. Manila Digger tries to get it back. Malumanzoko to the rescue.
Well, the midfielders in this game right now, they have absolutely no time with the ball in the midfield. It's just that high of a tempo at the moment. Both of these teams still not settling into this match fully. That chance from Manila Digger, the biggest that we've had yet.
I know, it really rattled the posts right there, and it could have been a really quick opener and one that Manila Digger has been looking for so long. They now shift the play to Murbach on the right side. One-on-one with Davao, goes back all the way to Menzi. Menzi can't find an opening there, goes to his back line. Hopefully they could redirect the direction here. Malumanzoko on the ball, waiting for his teammates to move forward.
Really liking Manila Digger's out of possession shape. So compact. Kaya have no space in the midfield. That's where they're being forced to the left and right whenever they try to go forward.
Well, there it is there. A little spillage coming. Almost an opportunity to take advantage on that left side. Asambre couldn't make that count, but it will be a throw. Sambre now has the ball. Looking for a good path to thread the ball through. And they might have found an opening here. Meliza, good pass, great idea, but the defense had read it through. Kaya on the reset. Ooh, they lose possession in midfield. Luckily, he ran out of space here, the midfielder. Ball goes out and Kaya will retain the throw.
Might actually be a free kick. I think it was Wambatafem there giving it away. Wambatafem as well, keep an eye out on him because he hasn't been in the starting lineup as much this season compared to last season. But now you've been given the start in a huge game. So can you repay that faith?
Well, this is the biggest game that they have. Of course, the biggest would be the one next week, but this is just as big. But Kaya wants to own it. Moving to the front, Zambrano finds Ray. Back to Ott. That was Meliza rather. Now Meliza is shifting play. Opposite side, Menzi. Clever build up from Kaya. Murbach trying to control. Can't find the control to do so. They restart Kaya.
Oh,
nice pass from Zambrano, but that one too could have worked.
Great pass from Zambrano. They couldn't capitalize on it though.
Well, this could be a good pass, but the flag stays down. That was a fraction offside right there. And he is not happy with that run, Wambatafem.
High line from Kaya, risky against these really fast Manila Digger forwards. But if you get it right, you will catch them offside. Wambatafem just a little bit too excited to make that run, then curl his run and stay onside. But that's a warning sign for Kaya as well. If you're going to play that offside trap for this match, these are probably the most dangerous forwards to play it against. So you need to be extra focused.
Well, looks like they will try again. Menzi now carrying the ball all the way to the right. Making that pass to Murbach, who tries to cross. Ott trying to control, can't face the goal here. Lays it off to Menzi. Menzi tries to put it back, and it's cleared, but only as far as Zambrano. And a foul has been given, called. Menzi the victim, and Kaya the beneficiary.
Good work there from Menzi. Ball was bouncing around between the two teams. Bit wildly, actually. Menzi just got their first pass with the foul. Kaya with a lot of activity down the flanks. Not surprising because it's so compact through the middle of Manila Digger. That is why Murbach, Meliza, the left wing and right wing are the two most involved players so far. But now it's a set piece. Be interesting to see what they do from here. Is a shot possible, very far out though.
And this is very favorable range for either striker that's on the ball right now. Meliza, we've seen him. Ott, we've certainly seen him score these. He goes for the pass, needs a head. That was a block, but it's not over. Oh, that was a good one, but it's offside. Oh, an action. As close as you get, but the flag was on Manila Digger's side.
Well, let's see on the replay if there was offside. Ray, well, actually the flag went up pretty early, so it's not in this play. It must have been Maluman Soko who was offside on the first contact. Let's see if that will be Kaya's game plan. They have so many tall players on the pitch. They have 4 center-back built players across the back line, and then they have Murbach and Yamazaki as well. They have a lot of height in this team.
Opting for a trickery rather than a direct shot certainly is a good plan. But there is a player on the ground there, and play still continues despite that. Manila Digger trying to deliver in the box. Cleared by Malumanzoko.
Kaya won't be happy about that. The attack came down the right-hand side of Kaya where Menzi, the right back, was injured. Not too sure what happened. He just went down out of absolutely nowhere. And that's a little bit of a breather now for these two teams. These 11 minutes have absolutely flown by.
Wow, 11 minutes. All of the action that we've seen, and it's only been 11 minutes in this game. Talk about a game with everything so far. And I'm really hoping that this level of activity from both of these teams, the fitness would carry on up until the final whistle. But right now, dangerous development here with Davao going for a long throw. Delivery into the box, trying to get the header in. Kaya trying to clear, and thankfully gets into the hands of Patrick Dato.
so far we've had so much chaos in both penalty boxes, both from set-piece scenarios. This time it's from a long throw. Mikel Arteta will certainly be very happy at the influence he's having on football, but again, you can see it, so much physicality on the pitch tonight. That is why set pieces have been a few of the outlets so far for the chances. But that one for Toyota earlier on, that was such a big chance, Glenn. And if Kaya were just inches away from taking the lead.
Well, they certainly are a little positive after that, but that is also showing that Manila Digger is not one to back down. They have doubled up their attack and is now starting to maintain a little grip on this game in the last 3 minutes. Good play by Juve. Lays it off to his midfield. No entry. Goes all the way back to NG. Being hounded down by Melisa. But great movement under pressure from the young keeper.
That's good distribution from the keeper. It's not easy to be hounded by that Melisa under pressure, but he did well to find the pass.
Well, speaking of finding the pass, he almost found Pa Usman Guy, but Patrick Dato was advanced in his positioning. And now Kaya could restart their own attack here. Malo Manzoco just holding on to the ball, take care of a little pace, looking for that distribution to Melisa. Nicely done. Zambrano looking for the next man to make a run. Can't find it, goes back. Kaya will shift the direction to Murbach on the right side. Davao can get to it. Murbach looks like it has gone over the line, but that was a real good movement of the ball right there.
That switch from Zambrano to Murbach. Great way of bypassing the heavy pressure of Manila Digger in the midfield. If they can utilize that outlet in Murbach, and if he can take on Davao and win his one-on-ones, then that would really help Kaya's cause tonight.
Juve again under relentless pressure from the high line of Kaya. Toure. Looks like he opts to go all the way back to NG. And NG just inviting a little bit of pressure. We've seen him taking it like a pressure cooker, but so far has remained relentless in his distribution. Long pass now, looking for somebody up front. Will it get to Toure? Toure heads it. Toure has it back. Flag stays down, and they have a chance to just whip it into the box here. Into the center. No can do. Kaya cleans up, clears only as far as another defender. Youth gets it back.
Manila Digger not afraid to go direct. They send forward 4 players onto Kaya's backline. So it's a 4 versus 4 when it's the final third for Manila Digger. So if they win a single duel, then they have an overload down that area. Don't be surprised if they are able to bypass Kaya's backline as well with a long ball.
Well, certainly anything will do as long as they're able to at least give Kaya a little more difficulty in operating here. Looking for that path to Pa Usman Guy. Couldn't get to it. Malo Manzoco gets it to clear. Kaya now right in the middle with Ray. Cannot control it. Goes back to the backliner and all the way back to NG. Again, being pressured, NG, and just delivers with a great pass. But the ball is back in Kaya's possession here. Murbach trying to get away. Couldn't. 3-man wall defense there. And now it's Manila Digger's turn to run with the ball.
That was Nishioka tracking back and stopping the Kaya attack. Great to see from the young midfielders. So we rave about his offensive capabilities, but he's also willing to do the defensive ones as well.
Well, hopefully that would mean that they are really putting numbers where they need it. Kaya now looking to Ray. Ray dispossessed. And ball just bounces off the Davao and cleans up all the way back to NG, who is inviting pressure or didn't hang on to that ball very long this time around.
There's absolutely no time to play in the midfield. Every time a midfielder on either team gets it, they are absolutely hounded by pressure. And that's why so far in this opening 16 minutes, a lot of the ball is with the goalkeeper and the 2 center backs of both teams.
Well, this is exactly what you love to see. And there, NG just waiting for Ray to make that bounce and confidently pushes the ball into another teammate. Great work from him, just inviting that pressure. But at the same time, this is really that confident Manila Digger that we've been looking for. But I think they've really shown this same level of confidence in the opening minutes of their games this championship round. So it's more about really just making those chances count. Well, they are looking for Pa Usman guy. He has a touch. And he puts it, but it just goes over.
They're asking for a penalty, but the referee's not going to give it. Guy went down after colliding with Dato, but the ball was already out of play. What a chance for Manila Digger. It's so similar to Kenji Nishioka's chance earlier on. Runs in behind. That is what is making them so dangerous to play against. When they get running and when they get their movements right, they are so hard to stop. Guy's first touch just slightly loose, so the second one was a little bit in front of him. Dato did well enough to close the angle down.
Well, I think he was really looking for that contact with Dato there after he moved the ball, but there was just not enough contact between him and Dato. Toyota also just doing it really well to be a bother to him. But now Kaya is back on this attack, looking to find the space, but finds a foul instead.
Kaya just slowing down the game at the moment because they conceded that huge chance, so they could do with a short spell of possession. That's exactly what Yamazaki is saying to his team. But Manila Digger are just so relentless when another team tries to control the match. You can see the amount of pressure they put on each Kaya player.
And also the pace as well. If Kaya tries to play it too quickly, they're playing at the pace that Manila Digger wants. And right now, Manila Digger is looking to get through that midfield. Unsuccessful, but they did manage to get that ball out. It will be a throw back to Kaya.
Every time Manila Digger get the ball back, there are 3 or 4 yellow shirts sprinting down the back line of Kaya because they know that that ball in behind is on. If Kaya are going to play an offside trap as well, then there is a lot of space to exploit. So Kaya's back line and Dato also need to be careful of any pacey runs from those yellow shirts.
But again, playing an offside trap is a really high risk, high reward, especially if you've got Usman Guy, if you've got Toure on the flanks. It's quite dangerous to be playing that kind of a risky game. Well, Kaya still controlling the pace here. It has Menzi's name written on it. Ball goes back. Toyota looks for Malumanzoko. Malumanzoko moves it forward. Through the midfield it goes. And still being battled, but Manila Digger recovers well. And now they up it up a notch again through the wings on that right side. They need to find that space. Looking for that right side with Nishioka on the left now. Gets that ball in control. Does he have what it takes to put it in the box? He does. Finds another player there. Back to Nishioka it goes. No entry on that left flank. Manila Digger starts over from the middle.
Both teams doing a really good job when they don't have the ball.
It's the discipline right there, but Toure tries to find Pa Usman Guy. Guy? Ooh. What an athletic attempt there from Boss.
What an attempt it was, but I don't think it would have counted. There was a flag up pretty early on. Toure actually had a lot of time and space here, but didn't go for the shot. I think Guy is the one that's offside there, and it will eventually touch him as well. So it was an offside call. Good high line again from Kaya.
It takes real good judgment and discipline to keep a line as high as that and still be able to succeed with the offside trap. But now Kaya wants a piece of that action. They move through midfield looking for Ray in the middle. Unsuccessful. Jarvis cleans up. Kaya gets it back in midfield and now reinserts. Looking for some movement that they can benefit from in that left side.
Yamazaki did really well there to win back possession for his team. Back in his more familiar midfield role, but he's up against Kenji Nishioka. I'd imagine there are some conversations going there in Japanese. But that's a very interesting duel as well, because Nishioka is going to try to push him back, while Yamazaki is going to try to do the exact same. So who is going to win that midfield duel? The midfield duel is so interesting because you have 3 for both teams. Pantay sila in terms of numbers. So it comes down to movements and patterns that's going to win the midfield duel.
Especially with how they are moving right now. They are looking for that really quick attack right there. Another long ball for Manila Digger. Toure controls. They get to clean up, but that will be a foul at a very dangerous spot. And on the ground right now is a player from Manila Digger.
Well, again, that all came from a long ball, which Manila Digger were able to recover from the second ball. It wasn't the first contact, it was the second one that they recovered. and they win a set piece in a situation, an area that Kenji Nishioka has scored from before. Did it against one Taguig. Here was the foul. They're just so willing to enter those 50-50 duels and fight for those long balls, second balls, and they win a free kick from this one. Nishioka, I'm sure, is thinking about putting this into the top corner.
Well, there is an opportunity to really test the goalkeeper, Patrick Dato. This is striker's range. All it takes now is a good contact with the ball. And the Manila Digger has the personnel capable of converting from this space. And now they step back. Nishioka might be the one aiming to take it. Nishioka does, and it just sails over.
Tried to catch out Dato and outsmart him by going to far post, but couldn't get it that right. Had to get it perfectly from that range. Dato in the end did actually need to make a save, but Kenji Nishioka, if you're gonna give him multiple free kicks, which you shouldn't, eventually he will take advantage of one of them.
That's where the danger man lies here, but ball goes out. It will be a free kick. And Murbach wanted to start the attack really early with a quick free kick there, but had to wait for the rest of the players. Menzi now rolls it back to defense. Toyota.
Murbach did well there. He was having to play a 3-on-1 battle, and he still won the foul. Obviously, another one of those prospects for the Philippines. Doesn't have his passport just yet, as I've been made aware, but he is certainly also one for the future.
Well, speaking of Murbach, he has the ball being hounded by 3. Good job keeping that ball to continue the attack from Kaya. Menzi makes the pass. Zaki to Menzi. Zambrano misses the cue. Ray almost gets it in a good spot, but well cleaned up there from the defense. And now Manila Digger could have an opportunity to control the pace and do another one of them long passes again. And there it goes, right down the right flank. We have a runner on the right side looking for that space. Can't find it and could not deliver the ball. Pausman guy was waiting in the middle.
Great running as well from the center back, Maluman Soko. He knows he needs to be athletic and mobile for this match, especially when you're up against athletic and mobile attackers. He did well that time, force a goal kick. Although he's just stretching his calf a little bit. Not too sure if he's fully okay after that race with Wamba Tafem. Don't be surprised if that's their avenue as well for the rest of this match, going long and using their pace and power.
Well, that was good control by Zambrano, and now Yamazaki. Zambrano again. Looks up. Who does he find? Meliza trying to control. Couldn't get through the defenders. And trying to start their initiative here with a quick counter-attack with Pausman guy, but that pass was just too wayward for him to catch.
25 minutes into this one now. Actually, quite interestingly, statistically at least, Manila Digger and actually Kaya for themselves, they score more goals in the second half. So it's been proven statistically at least that in the first half, they're not as productive in terms of goal scoring. Not too sure why, but it just so happens that's the case. Let's see if that remains the case for this match.
Remember, Kaya still has a few cards in their bench right now that can turn the tide of this game. And again, Yu Hoshide's substitutions could prove key to a successful game this evening if they spoil the party for the team that's looking for it in the ascendancy. Good pass from Menzi. Ott tried to control, taken down by Nishioka, and a foul has been awarded against Manila Digger.
It's interesting actually how Manila Digger are approaching this game when they don't have the ball. They're going man-to-man in the midfield. So it's 3 versus 3. Each Manila Digger player has one Kaya player to guard in the midfield. That time it was Nishioka being tasked on Ott. 2 players as well on different ends of a national team career. On so many appearances, Nishioka make his first against Guam or Myanmar. That's an exciting prospect as well.
A lot of people were excited with that announcement from Nishioka there. And now they're looking for that space on the right side. Ott finally has it, tries to be clever, and still retains possession for his team. Oh, Ott could not retain that ball right there, loses it, and Manila Digger could be away. Long pass, but only as far as Toyota. Still in contention down midfield, but Murbach finally gets control. Mike Ott almost does it and gets away from Jarvis, but again, the rest of the team was able to clean up.
Ray was making a really good run. It's getting a little bit feisty now with the challenges.
I won't be surprised if there would be some sort of commotion by the end of this game, especially with what's at stake right now. If it sticks as close as this, tempers might most likely flare. But right now, everything is still calm. Manila Digger with their pace, Kaya with their control, and still nobody here to take the full advantage of a goal. Nishioka.
Bass made a really good run, asking for that long ball. He is the midfielder out of Baji and Nishioka that in that midfield tree is the most likely to arrive in front of goal. He's just being a floater, going anywhere he sees space and making a run in behind.
Well, there's Juve to Dabao making a run for it now. But great cleanup there from Menzi. And now Murbach. Ooh, great control. Now they need the pass back to him. That was poor contact from Ray. That almost could have been an incisive one had he gotten it to Murbach.
Murbach make a really good introduction there in terms of that run in behind. He has been showing some great energy in this match, Julius Murbach. I think he wants to prove himself after that last game against Manila Digger where he was shut out. Because he had that really good introduction to the league and then didn't quite do it against the best teams. Although he scored against Stallion, so he can do it in the championship, against the championship teams rather.
Well, we are seeing right now that while he hasn't been able to really do some key passes just yet, he has been really positive in getting that ball. He is starting to own a little bit of that real estate on that right side. But now Manila Digger trying to build up again, looking for that long pass. They go one more time. Matafem finds a good pass there, and now they are moving into the box. Toure. Oh, poor first touch, but he still has a chance. Takes it. Pausman guy couldn't pull the trigger.
Warning signs for Kaya's backline, who I was watching the communication between Toyota and Maluman Soko. Maluman Soko wants to stay deep while Toyota wants to step up. There's some miscommunication in there.
Well, it's still not over. Right, rattles the crossbar. Oh, it's going to go in. And Manila Digger just pulls it, drawn first blood. How about that for an opener? And looks like the goal scorer can't make it out. It's too far from where we're sitting right now.
I think this is going to need some confirmation as well as to who got the final touch, because it was a scramble on the goal line. I thought it went out, Glenn. I thought Dato tipped it over, and then all of a sudden it was still in play, and somehow it's 1-0. Here's the replay. Guy's header was excellent. It stays in play.
Oh
Everyone
my goodness.
It to go out. I think it was already in from Guy's header, but Toure was there to make sure. We'll await confirmation as to who actually got the final touch. I'm being told by our colleague JR from the Matchcom, it's Toure. So number 11 did the final touch.
Yeah, looks like it. And Toure wasn't the one celebrating that goal earlier. Let's have a look at that from the quad replay from Upstream Sports. Toure looking to have that last touch. We really thought this was a tip-off by Dato, but no, it just rattles the crossbar and favorably bounces. Mendy just wanted to clear that ball away, but couldn't.
And Toure, he hurt himself from that goal. He's still on the sideline getting some treatment. You could see him lying down for a long while in front of the goal. What a contribution it is from the number 11. And Manila Digger really in a good position now.
Well, looks like they are looking to add more. Toure is back, and he is in some serious space. There's your confirmation here coming in, but Paulus Magay has the ball. He has control, lays it off. Oh, was looking for a teammate outside the box, but Kaya reacted quicker.
It's a shame for Kaya. Could have avoided those instances where their backline was tested. Before the goal, there was also that commotion where Toure made a cross and no one was there. Manila Digger now showing a better performance in this championship round compared to their previous championship round games. If they hold on, they will be in a really good position for Saturday. And Want the Gig will be hoping for a favor from Kaya for the rest of this match.
Indeed, right now, I think Want the Gig are Kaya fans for the evening while they know it's at stake. But of course, that goal from Boubacar Touré is goal number 18 this season, if the numbers on my screen is not mistaken. And so far, what a contribution for this team. But right now, looks like Manila Digger is starting to control the pace a little bit slower now.
Yeah, they don't need to rush it as much as they did. Again, there's some miscommunication between this Kaya backline. Toyoda and Malaman Soko are disagreeing as to how high the backline should be. That is not going to help their case for this match. Kaya need to get a lot of act together. They need to dig in now, no pun intended, against Manila Digger.
Well, that was certainly a good one there. Pa Usman guy to receive. He couldn't take that ball down, but Manila Digger could still have some forward action. Pa Usman guy fighting for it. And a foul has been given, and again, it is in a dangerous spot, just right at the edge, and the card has been brandished against Casambre.
Multiple things. Again, it comes from a long ball. It comes from an aerial duel. It's Taninko, who's not that tall, winning that aerial duel, and there was a high foot from Casambre. Problem is, now that he's on a yellow card, whoever is going to be attacking him for the rest of this match knows that he's on a yellow card. One more foul, he could be in some real trouble. Bass is saying that it should have been more than a yellow card because there was a high boot. And Guy is still down from that collision as well.
Well, certainly looked very dangerous there, especially if the foot managed to get a good touch of Pa Usman Guy's head. Could be a concussion risk, if ever, that it landed cleanly, hence the yellow card, the warning. But yeah, that certainly could have been read if the referee was a bit stricter or had a better view.
And Guy is still down. I don't think he's the type of player to stay down much, especially after collisions.
Well, this could be a worrying sight for the team in the ascendancy.
It's going to put a momentary pause on this match so both teams can just regroup, reset a little bit. Kaya, though, it's not a good omen. They only have 2 points this season from losing positions. Every time Manila Digger as well took the lead against Kaya earlier on in the season, they took care of the match. So something needs to change, and that trend cannot continue if you're in the black shirts tonight.
This is certainly a situation that Kaya has been familiar with. So they're no strangers to trailing against Manila Digger in the first half. But at the same time, this isn't a situation that they've been able to reverse yet. So hopefully, if they want to keep this title race up to the last day, they really need to step it up. Because right now, if you are a neutral fan, you're certainly looking for a more excitement. But if you're a Manila Digger fan, this is exactly where you want to be.
Guy is back up, so he looks okay to continue.
Thumbs up there from the physios. Looks like there is some clearance there. And again, very dangerous spot for a free kick.
It's going to be Nishioka again. He's the one placing the ball down at least. Didn't get it on target in the first instance. Different angle this time. But we know the wand of a right foot Nishioka has. He can get this on target. Leito having to be very careful to organize his wall because his national team teammate is about to send this one in.
Well, he is in a good spot to really put it in. Referee blows. Still looking for a good spot there. Just trying to confuse the wall a little bit. Shioka into the wall, but still in the box, and that one, oh, where did that come from? Pa Usman Guy's cannon of a leg.
But he was just receiving injury treatment 2 minutes ago. And what do you know? He makes the goal. Instinctive from Pa Usman Guy. Everyone was still reacting to the block free kick. Guy was reacting faster with that killer instinct. He's still wiping his head from that high boot. But he has just made another huge contribution to his team in this title race. What a finish from Pa Usman Guy. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, in your screens right now, we see the walls of Kaya FC's defense crumbling down, and Pa Usman Guy is that jackhammer. After receiving that blow to the head, he certainly took one back by a cannon to the net. Let's have a look at that again. Beautifully done right there. You're right, he is the first one to react. And in the quad cam vision for Upstream Sports, what a fantastic movement there.
Look at that. There are 4 or 5 players in the Kaya wall closer to the ball than Pa Usman Guy, and he was still first to reach it. But what a position Manila Digger are in now. It means that on Saturday, they are the favorable team. So if they get a draw, they win the championship on Saturday. The Gig need what would almost be a miracle to still be champions, because Manila Digger are in a really good spot now.
Well, don't worry, because the game is certainly in their hands. If I'm not mistaken, it would be one Taguig versus Digger facing off. So that means, well, we have a foul there. Zambran on the ground, and it will be for Kaya, which means that if it stays that way, yes, they are the favorites, but that also means that one Taguig still can win, and it can still go down to the wire, but the requirement is much easier for them, for Manila Digger, because all they need is a draw.
Yeah. That's the get out of jail card that Manila Digger will hold over one Taguig, even if it became down to goal difference, which was a scenario that was possible at some point this season. Manila Diggers is far greater than one Taguig. So they have that edge over one Taguig in this championship race. It might come down to it because it's so closely fought between those two teams.
Well, here it goes again. Kaya just controlling the pace here. And if you are a fan of one Taguig, you are certainly rooting for one of these teams right now. And you're certainly rooting for the team in black to do something about this 2-goal deficit. Kaya can't get out of that left side. Manila Digger cleans up, and now they have a chance. Kaya through Melisa, couldn't control it. Toure looking for a through ball. So cleanly that vision he saw, but the execution was poor.
You can see if it's a foot race between Guy and Toyota, there's only going to be one winner. The counter is on whenever Manila Digger win the ball back. Kaya need to be careful of it.
Yamazaki couldn't find his target, but still gets the ball. Oh! Missed the shot! Sails over so close. That could have been -1 for the goal.
Yamazaki taking control of this match, or trying to, at least, with that midfield shot. With his weaker foot as well. Scared NG for a bit, but it was always off target. But we need to see a little bit more of that from Kaya if they're going to claw themselves back. Meanwhile, Manila Digger, I'm sure their goal now is just to get to halftime with this 2-0 lead, because that would be such a good position to enter halftime.
Well, certainly one of the two teams this evening has been utilizing the keys to win. And that is Manila Digger right now, sticking to what they know, taking what's theirs. Nishioka shifts the play, left side Toure, Dabao with a run, Dabao to receive, Dabao to cross, but Guy couldn't receive it.
Great play from Nishioka. I could see that pass behind the corner, and he made it really perfectly to an on-rushing Dabao. Chemistry between these teams in Manila Digger, these players rather, really high.
But so far it is still being contested in midfield, despite the scoreline tilting heavily onto the favorites this evening. Juf.
The card Manila Digger hold now as well is they can slow the game down, which is what NG is telling his team to do. It's in their privilege now to, make Kaya play the game. They can slow it down to their pace with the scoreline. Although Nishioka himself is telling them to speed it up. But he wants more goals. Kenji Nishioka.
Well, here comes Manila Digger there, looking to probe. Pa Usman Guy with poor contact. Who gets to it first? Toure does, but only hits a defender. Malumanzoko couldn't win it back for his team. Manila Digger gets that ball over the line. It will be a corner. And again, set pieces have been quite dangerous for Kaya this evening. Another one to add.
And again, runs in behind the Kaya backline are really troubling Kaya, because this time it was Wamba Tafem running in behind Malaman Soko. Every time it becomes a foot race, you'd always favor Manila Digger.
Does it nice and low for Manila Digger, controlling the pace. Now it gets delivered into the box. Headed. Youth, but not a lot of power. Kaya gets it. And it will be Patrick Data's ball.
NG has gone down. That's a strange one as well. No one completely near him. Again, every time there's a set piece, you feel the anxiety from Kaya and the promise from Manila Digger. They can feel that this is a position they can capitalize on.
Again, it is really starting to be more of a difficult task for the defending champions to show a little bit of their experience at the top. Right now, Manila Digger has been proudly displaying their attacking prowess. And a little opportunity for the players to cool off as well while they attend to NG. Sa init nga naman ngayong gabi, it's still, kahit walang araw, you can still feel the heat.
Kudos to the players, referees as well, for making the effort to play in this weather. Not so much in the 9 o'clock games, but especially to those ones who play the 3 o'clock games. Those have been really, really scorching. So shout out to them for being able to make sure that those games still happen. Would be a bit of a loss though if NG is not okay following whatever happened to him. For sure you will need NG against Montague in that last match as well. And for the rest of this match, it's never ideal to make a goalkeeping change when it's forced.
But the alternative goalkeeper this evening, Michael Asong, has been a steady one between the sticks whenever he is around as well. So they do have the capacity to change it up right now if they need to. But tactically, though, that would cost a card from the bench.
And he does look okay to continue, so the game will restart. That break as well allowed Kaya's players to regroup and exchange some words with each other. Definitely something has to change if you're a Kaya player.
Well, play continues now, and Kaya FC representing the Visayas region right now has managed to keep it with Yamazaki. 4 minutes of additional time through first half, and there is still some time to change the talk that they will receive in the dressing room. Zambrano opts to go back to Malaman Zoko. Shifts the play to the left side. They go, Kaya FC. Zambrano again. And Yamazaki still trying to control the pace of this game, Kaya. Looking for a place where they can shift gears. Toyoda moves forward. Ott lays it off to Melisa, but Melisa ran into some roadblocks. Manila Digger wins it back, but Kaya retrieves it. Melisa again, looking for the run. Right through the middle goes Yamazaki. Against 2. He manages to hold on to possession for Kaya. Melisa. Zambrano.
Manila Digger's shape is great. So tight to each and every Kaya player who gets on the ball. And that's why Kaya are just having trouble creating chances.
Well, right now, Kaya has been looking or seeing most of the ball in the last minute, but possession doesn't always necessarily mean that it's being used well. Toyoda opts to go all the way back to Patrick Dato, just inviting a little bit of the pressure, but right now, Manila Digger isn't falling for it. Toyoda again. Zambrano goes for a long pass. Will he find his man? He does on the left side. Now they have some control. Ott. Yamazaki's waiting. He gets it. 1-2. Mike Ott tries to make that pass. It's still in front. Cleared, but only as far as Zambrano. Zambrano takes it from distance, but not a lot of power behind it. Gets cleared. Toyota puts it back in play, and the ball just rolls out over the line. It will be a throw-in for Manila Digger.
Manila Digger doing really well without the ball. Kaya just lacking a little bit of creative spark. I would not be surprised if later on in this match you see the likes of Bedic, Komaki, who scored against their last opponents, won the gig, if they are introduced in this match in halftime, because they need a little bit more energy in the final third. So at the moment, Manila Digger just really shutting down Kaya's attack. They've even switched Melissa and Mirbach's positions just to try and change things up, and even then, Manila Digger is still able to read it well.
Well, so far, Manila Digger's defensive lines have been able to hold tight and absorb whatever they are whatever is being thrown at them. But Kaya, on the other hand, they are trying their best to really just invite the pressure, break the formation, but Manila Digger is really disciplined.
Yeah, and the benefit of Manila Digger's forwards as well is they can go long when they need to break that press like this.
Kaya trying to control through the midfield. No contact there. Taningo goes all the way back to NG again. And Kaya now applying a bit of pressure. Ooh, that was one of the rare instances the distribution was poor from the keeper and ends up as a foul. Zambrano winning it for his team.
This might be the last play of the first half.
Take it quickly there into the middle. And Ott couldn't pull the trigger, but there is still a throw-in, so this sequence continues. I thought Melissa was gonna opt short. Menzi now. Through Ott. Good first touch. Just needs a pass to Melissa. Melissa tries to pass it back and wins a free kick in a dangerous spot. Skipper doing his job, holding on to that ball as hard as he can.
Good position to win a free kick. It would be a really good time to take advantage of a set piece if you're Kaya. Right before halftime, we've already gone over the additional 4 minutes, so everything is now down to the discretion of the refereeing team. Kaya need to take advantage of the set piece. It would be a massive boost going into the second half. Manila Digger, meanwhile, need to make sure that they have that first half clean sheet, because it would put them in a really good spot to getting 3 points.
It looks like Manila Digger is confident that it will be a pass there. It's 3-man wall, one in the middle, and Mike Ott to take it with Melissa behind. Mike Ott, header, no good, but it's still back with Kaya. Referee still hasn't blown. Crunch time now to end the first half, but Manila Digger comes away with the ball. And the referee has blown his whistle, and that concludes the first half of this game. What weight does this bear right now? It is certainly tipping towards the way of the team in the ascendancy. What are your thoughts in this game, Diego?
Manila Digger were excellent. They know their game plan. It's simple, you could say, because it's just playing to their team's strengths, which they've done so well over the season. It's Kaya who need to change something sooner rather than later in this halftime team talk.
Well, we will see what kind of changes they might come up with, but right now we leave you with Manila Digger FC 2, Kaya FC Iloilo 0. We'll be right back with second half analysis, replays, and highlights. Don't you go away.
Thanks so much, Ertuğrul Galeli. See you next time in the pitch. Thank you so much.
If you're in the Philippines, come out, come support the league, support your local players, come support the foreigners.
Thank you for support Manila Tigers, and next time ulit kung merong oras punta kayo sa stadium. Thank you.
Thank you sa mga Mindiola, yung mga nanonood dyan, mga supporters, sa mga nanonood din sa YouTube.
Yeah, let them keep coming and supporting. We will make them proud.
Oh, thanks everyone and what the Gig fans and all that things for coming and watching.
Sa lahat ng Kaya football fans, sana tuloy pa rin kayong sumuporta sa amin. Hindi lang sa Kaya fans, sana sa Philippine Football League dito, sana supportahan niyo po.
Tara, Cebu. It's amazing here. We have to keep coming, keep supporting every club, every supporter. We have to go together.
To all my Mahalika family, yeah, thank you for the continuous support, everyone.
To the fans, I think this result is just for them. I think they are coming up to support us. I think we are giving all the best that we can so that they can come a little bit more.
Thank you all for coming. Hope to see you next game. Thank you.
We cannot go without the fans. We will always be there for them, to make them happy, to score, to win, game week in, week out, so that they will be happy watching us and coming to the stadium. We want them to come out and support.
Hello, thank you for supporting Mindiola. Sana hindi kayo magsawang magsuporta sa amin. We train hard to get the last games.
All I can say to thank them for the support, the courage that they have been giving us, because they really believe in us, and we also have everything possible to give it back to them for what they deserve, and that is what we are trying to do. We always keep on fighting for them and give them the glory that they always want for us to give them.
Pangalan mo kanilang tinitilian. Diretso lang ang tingin, di ka nila kayang ibatin. Matalo man o magpagin, di tayo uuwi sa muli. Diretso lang ang tingin, di ka nila kayang ibatin. Matalo man o magpagin, di tayo uuwi sa muli. Atin ang laban ito. Atin ang laban ito. Atin ang laban ito. Atin ang laban ito.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Don't look at the past, no, we're not going that way. Oh, now make it last, make it last to the break of day. No matter what people say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go.
And we are back. Manila Digger scored 2 against Kaya FC Iloilo in a game that would tip this championship run towards their favor. If it stays like this until the end, then this is Manila Diggers League to lose this season. Glenn Casas back on the mic with Diego Javier bringing you the action for tonight. And ang ganda ng pinakita ng parehong teams na to with end-to-end action. But so far, only one team has stood on top.
Yeah, Manila Digger have been clinical with their game plan and chances. And the thing is about it is all of their chances have that air of similarity. They're using either their pace or their physicality. First goal was a little bit of a scramble. They went out for a goal kick. It stayed in play, and that's what the thing about Manila Digger. They're so eager. They're first to every loose ball. In fact, the second goal was like that as well. Loose ball. Guy was first to capitalize. What a season they're having. And this also was a second goal. Look how fast Guy reacts. He is not the favorite to this and somehow gets there first. Manila Digger 45 minutes away from being in a really, really good position for Saturday's match against One Taguig.
Well, Pa Usman Guy and Boubacar Toure, the top 2 scorers for Manila Digger, has brought this team forward with their best foot tonight. So far this championship round, they haven't really been able to step it up and take all 3 points. But right now, they are in a great position to do so. Look at the stats that we have. What can you make of these numbers, Diego?
Yeah, the stats actually look quite even. And that might actually be a story of how a lot of the first half went. But in those 2 instances, and it could have been more, Nishioka hit the post as well, and Guy had multiple chances through on goal. Stats-wise, it looks quite even. It's just those moments where Manila Digger capitalized that make the difference. Fine margins, but at the moment the scoreline is not a fine margin. It's up to Kaya now to change things up. This halftime team talk so important for Kaya.
Well, with 11, no, that's 12 fouls in total between both of these two teams. There is a statement right now that this is becoming a really physical contest. But you are right. Manila Digger right now is in the driver's seat. They have had the lungs for most of this. They were making those lethal runs. And at the same time, they were making it count exactly when they needed. Yan nga hinahanap natin as a key to win this game. They had to stick to what they know. They are right now taking what is theirs. So far, itong si Kaya, like you said, they really have to own up to the mistakes. And you pointed out a very critical piece of information kanina in which the backline was indecisive. Yun yung pinaka nangyayari nga kanina, and that's really critical right now for them to fix it, patch it up, and get it sorted. But looking at the contest right now, do you think there's a bounce back for either team?
I think Kaya need to change something up. I won't be surprised if something changes from the bench. Yamazaki out very early after the halftime team talk. He definitely wants something to change. For Manila Digger, it's about keeping what worked, not really changing the game plan, and maybe rotating as the second half goes on so that you can rest your better players for that all-decisive Taguig match. I'm not surprised Shuto Komaki is about to enter the pitch as well for Kaya. He will have to have a really good game to try and drag his team back into this competition.
Well, we were talking about him earlier before kickoff, and I was saying that most likely they want him to be in his full energy pagdating niya in the second half, and I think this is what they're banking on right now. But so far, the unit that is Manila Digger has really shown a stern defense. Ang hirap hanapan ng butas, especially if they cave themselves up, make a wall right in front of their own goal. And pag nagpark the bus sila, they are really doing it well. Plus, they have the speed for that counter-attack. It's really beautifully done. And yun yung nakakatakot if you let your guard down for a little bit trying to put more people forward. You open yourself up.
And sinabi mo nga, Glenn, indecisive yung backline ng Kaya. There's going to be a change in the backline. Tayo Toyoda has stepped off for Komaki. Attacker on for a center back. I imagine Yamazaki will slot back into that backline. I'm not surprised one of the center backs was taken off because there was a little bit of, as we said, disagreements between them. They were stepping up or either dropping too deep. One or the other was doing the opposite as their partner. So there's a change in defense for Kaya. But meanwhile, for Komaki, what's interesting actually is when Manila Digger beat Komaki, or when they beat Kaya in round 1, Komaki was injured. When they beat Kaya in round 2, Komaki only played 18 minutes. So this is going to be the biggest chance for Komaki to make a name for himself against Manila Digger, the league leaders as it stands. It's going to be a tough test for Ziggy Taninko as well.
Well, we have 45 minutes remaining here with Manila Digger to kick us off. 45 minutes left of the penultimate game to see if they will firmly grasp the championship with one firm hand as they move their way into the final game this Saturday. So far, Manila Digger has this league to lose. And right now, Kaya, being the defending champions that they are, have to show them that it is not going to be the easiest path through them.
Taguig will be hoping that Kaya mount a comeback in this second half. First 10 minutes of the second half, vital for Kaya. Need to see more increased tempo and intensity from the defending champs.
Well, here they go now, right through the right side of the wing. Kaya cannot. Oh, looks like they managed to thread the ball, but Youth is onto it like glue and cleans it up. Looking for that forward pass. They're dangerous forward pass, Usman guy. But the touch was poor. But again, you see the idea there. They don't really have to exert a lot.
Different test now as well for Yamazaki. So he was in that midfield duel for the first half. Now, one of the deepest players for Kaya. Can he keep up with the pace of Usman guy? Can he keep up with it better than Toyoda did? We'll wait and see.
Ball goes through. NG again to put a good pass forward, looking for his target man, the danger man, Usman guy. Couldn't find, gets to Nishioka instead. Manila Digger keeps it in midfield. Opts to control the pace of this game. They're not in a hurry, and they can certainly just eat down at the clock up until the final whistle.
It's a lose-lose situation for Kaya because if you don't press, Digger will slow the game down. If you do press, you will leave space in behind for the long ball, which they've exploited so much in the first half. And I think that's the strength of Manila Digger. They suit their game plans to their opponents really well.
Well, here comes another counter looking for that pass. Finds Pa Usman guy who heads it to Toure. Toure now facing one-on-one with Menzi. Menzi looks to get it, but only manages to get it as far as a corner, and it will be another dangerous set piece for the defending champs.
Good start to the second half from Manila Digger, the aspirants taking on the defending champs. And no surprise, Nishioka is going to take as much time as he needs to take this set piece. But I do imagine that it will be a really good set piece delivery. This is another strength of Nishioka's game. In open play, he's really good. In set piece deliveries, he is just as good as well.
Well, we have some numbers inside the box, a message that they are not going to take it easy. Toure back to Nishioka. Nishioka with a fine ball, almost headed in. Kaya just gets away cleanly there. Melisa looking for Shuto Komaki, but it was way too close to the middle, and Davao cleans it up. Wambatafem, right side for Manila Digger. Trying to go one-on-one. Murback all had halted his path, but he goes back. Manila Digger still retains this possession. Left side they go with Toure. Against Menzi. Goes to Nishioka. Youth. And all the way back to Jarvis. Inviting some pressure from Kaya, and Kaya will not back down. Komaki trying to give Taninko chase. Through the midfield, it is still with Manila Digger. Shifts the play to the left side. Ball unfortunately just goes out of play. It will be a throw for Kaya.
Not much has changed after the first half. Kaya still lacking that incisive pass, that creativity, that spark. And at the moment, the back line of Manila Digger really look relaxed and untested so far.
And right now, they are really unable to find a path through the final attacking third. Manila Digger all the way back to their center backs here. Yamazaki, as you mentioned, has taken on the center back role after Toyoda stepping out for some attacking options. Zambrano also is in a little bit more rear position here. Komaki gets the ball, a good touch, still keeps it with Kaya. Zambrano looking for a path to put it through. Can't find one, goes back to their center back here. Malumanzoko now in control of the middle. Mike Ott making a run. Murback, hounded by Nishioka and Juve, who wants to do either a long Hail Mary of a shot, but not going to trouble anybody.
That won't trouble anyone. Again, the out of possession shape of Manila Digger in that flat 4-4-2, so compact, leaving no space for the Kaya forwards. We've barely said Martini Rey's name in this match. He has been guarded so closely by Jarvis and Juve. I think that's a testament as well to the defensive performance so far from the, as it stands, league leaders.
And at the same time, we have been seeing him more of the ball in the first opening minutes, where Kaya looked the more dangerous team, but looks like they were able to make appropriate adjustments, and now Kaya is having some difficulty finding a front man to take them there. Foul called by the referee. Kaya gets the ball with a free kick. Takes it quickly. Casambre, left side. Oh, referee was not happy with that.
The difference with Kaya's forwards to Manila Diggers is that they all feel isolated from each other. You know, Guy always has Bas, Wambatafem, Toure near him. Martini Rey is so isolated on his own up against two center backs of Manila Digger. It's that numbers game that Manila Digger are winning both in the front and in the back of the pitch at the moment.
And considering that they both run a 4-3-3, looks like one of them is making better use of the three attackers up front. But right now, Kaya is just shuffling the ball right at the back. Zambrano on it, looking to put a long pass. No, goes to Casambre on the left. Juan Batafem with a foot off. But there, it just goes back to Kaya for a throw.
Great defensive shape. Once again, I sound like a broken record, but every time a black shirt gets the ball, they have no forward pass option into the middle of the pitch. It's all sideways or backwards from Kaya. They need a little bit more movement in the final third so that they can find that spare man.
Yamazaki looks to the right side. Some options inside the box. They just need a good delivery in there. And there could have been one. That was Melisa to shoot. Unfortunate that the defense was able to cope up. But now Manila Digger through Juan Batafem looking for an exit. Being hounded down high by Kaya. Great way to get that ball away. And now looks like Manila Digger could restart another forward movement.
Better from Kaya, testing the backline of Manila Digger with a cross, but still it was Manila Digger's center backs who were first to respond, and they responded well. So there's still yet really to concede a big chance to Kaya. NG, if my memory serves me correct, still hasn't had to make a really good save just yet in this match.
So far, yes, he hasn't been tested at full stretch, that young keeper, but so far, on the other side as well, Patrick Dato has also not had a lot of saves, just as much, but has already conceded 2, so that is quite a difficult number. Daninko with a throw. Back to the number double 2s. Jarvis being hounded by Ray. Now Ray is trying to be a bit more proactive. Melisa will give chase. But Manila Digger able to get it out. Dabao through midfield. Looks up. Finds, well, rolls it to his teammate there, who will now look for Juan Batafem, probably on the right side. No, the run was just too soon. Nishioka.
Manila Digger are so good as well when they're playing the ball on the ground. So they can play long and play direct, but they can also play through teams when they want to, when the game calls for it, when the game slows down. They can try and beat presses. They didn't do it just there, but so far they've been doing it for this match.
Well, it looks like Kaya still has a job to do here. Mike Ott had an idea of passing that ball through Komaki, but that was well blocked by the midfield. It will, however, be a free kick in that direction for Kaya.
Zambrano's having to drop so deep just to get a feel of the ball. That's how little space there is in the midfield because of the shape of Manila Digger. So props to that midfield shape from the yellow shirts.
Oh, looks like Pausman guy's waiting for it, and he has a run, but unfortunate, the flag just goes up on him.
Guy wanted that pass earlier. If it was played a split second earlier, he would have been in. It would have been one-on-one against the goalkeeper. The pass just slightly late, and Guy was a little bit too excited with his forward run. But again, you can feel the counters on.
Yeah, still, Pausman guy is a dangerous forward there. You cannot give him that run in space. Juan Batafem now on that right side. Guy running up the front. Boss on the right side as well. Ooh, Juan Batafem wants to take it on his own, but couldn't find a clear pathway through. Nishioka now.
Smart overlap from Bass. Just allowed Juan Batafem to cut inside and take on the center defenders. You can see the confidence is flowing now from Manila Digger because of the scoreline and because of how they've performed.
And so far, with how the threat is coming in from Kaya, I think that's also giving them a little bit of boost, knowing that they are able to absorb most of the attacks. Even with the introduction of Komaki on that right side, he hasn't really had a lot. But Pausman guy is right in a good spot here, trying to do a back pass. Juan Batafem waiting for that pass. A shot. There it goes. Oh, Tito had to go full stretch, but that was not necessary at all.
I thought that was in. From this angle, I thought that was in. Nishioka, once again, is so perfectly positioned on the end of each move. He knows where to be. The chemistry as well, the dummy from Toure, chemistry is so high between those two. And yeah, at the moment, it still feels like the next goal is going to come from Manila Digger.
Well, that is if Kaya wants it to change, they have to do it quickly. Right now, it's Mike Ott on the ball, looking up. Can't find the path, goes to Zambrano, who is now a little bit higher than his usual. Martini Ray shifts the play to the right side. We're back. Goes back to Zambrano. Mike Ott could be an opportunity here for them. Right in the box, Kaya is shot. And as we thought, he was really going to pull the trigger there, Ray, but not in a good position to do so. Oh, that was from earlier.
Yeah, great work from the forward lines of Manila Digger. And yeah, I really thought this was going to nestle into the bottom corner from Nishioka. Dato at full stretch. Let's see how close it was from this angle. Very close from Nishioka.
Yeah, and even if it was on target, I don't think Dato would have gotten to that ball. Really difficult there, but so far, Manila Digger has been flexing some muscle and had been showing their dominance. Taninco making a run on the right. Wambatafem receives the ball. Little change in direction, change of pace. Nishioka looks up, finds a run.
Pass.
Great ball to Taninco, who crosses it in. Pausman guy with a poor touch, but he still has it and is fighting for it. Takes a shot and no can do.
So direct from Manila Digger. Nishioka to Taninco to Guy. 3 passes from your own half to the penalty box. That's all it takes. Here's the first one. Excellent movement. And here's the second one. First time pass. They know where each other are. Chemistry is so high. Again, I keep saying it because it's true. And Guy, I think it forces a corner kick from Malamansoko or Yamazaki. And yeah, at the moment, it really is Manila Digger's game. They're still creating chances, unlike Kaya, who are struggling to do the same.
Well, look here. Looks like there will be a double introduction shortly after this corner is taken for Kaya. It will be Boss who would be on the delivery service. Here it goes. Header on target. But that little tussle there. Oh, and the ball is still in play. It's crossed back in. Nobody to head it. Nishioka giving it a run. Manila Digger still has it and space might be opening up. But Menzi had to put a stop to it. Toure was really looking dangerous there.
Yeah, they are looking very dangerous. Manila Digger, so hungry for goals. Perhaps not the type of performance we've seen from them in this third round so far, but this is what we saw from them from round 1 and round 2. They're repeating that type of hunger. And it's going to be another corner kick. And again, if you look at the corner kick routine from Manila Digger, they're still sending forward their center backs. So they're still going at a very attacking mindset and still chasing that third goal, even though they don't necessarily need to with only 30 minutes remaining. What a team this is. And it's going to be a long throw, not a corner, actually, from Davao.
Oh, it will be a long throw. It is as good as a corner if they can head it in. Usman Guy was looking for it, but the contact was poor. And there you go. It will be a free kick Dato to do the honors, but looks like the substitution will be in. And looks like Bedic for Ray and Arboleda for Casambre, 2 former Kaya skippers who had to give up their armband but are really still important tools in this drawer.
Not surprised at that change. Arboleda on for Casambre, who was on a yellow card as well. Casambre was just 1 foul away from a second yellow. And for Bedic, no surprise as well. Something else up front for Kaya. A lot more experience. And hopefully, for Kaya's sake, Bedic can change things up. Scored against Taguig as well. We'll try to repeat that goal-scoring form in this match. But at the moment, Kaya needed sooner rather than later. And that was dangerous from Dato as well.
Well, it looks like Kaya now is starting to make some changes to the way they move. Zambrano now a bit forward and in the middle, looking for that pass to the right side. Murbach able to take control, but is being hounded by the defense. Manages to skip the challenge. Arboleda looking for another pass. Can't find one. Goes back to Zambrano. Yamazaki, or rather Komaki. Arboleda again. And could not find a lot of space there, but still keeps possession for his team. Zambrano now. No delivery from there. Mike Ott. All the way back to Malumanjoko. Still, Kaya is just recycling that ball, but they need to up the aggression here with the number or with the amount of minutes remaining in this game. Ott tries for a good pass, get Murbach a good pass into the middle of the box as well, and Komaki couldn't get to it.
Better from Kaya. They actually combined down that right-hand side with Murbach, who just laid it off for that overlapping run. And then the cross was decent, but again, Manila Digger do so well to flood their own penalty box to make sure that they're compact and solid, and they can see the corner. So far, their clean sheet is still intact.
Well, we have now one of the rare opportunities for Kaya to drive that ball into the box, and hopefully a decent attempt at NG's goal, because NG has not have a lot to do tonight. Up the ball goes. Where does it lead? Nowhere near a goal, unfortunately, but Menzi has it. Meliza trying to put it in. Well blocked, but still Kaya cleans that ball and will resume this attack. Komaki sees Zambrano on the left side, finds him. Now Zambrano needs to put a pass into the box, looking for somebody to do so, finds a yellow shirt instead. And now the counter-attack could be on. Kaya is not tracking back fast enough. Pa Usman Guy loves that. Wambatafe making a run, and he gets to the ball first, inviting some pressure there, but well done by the defense to keep that away. And now the counter-attack for Kaya is on. Through Meliza, right the middle. Ott. And calms things down for Kaya.
Manila Digger were always compact from that possible Kaya counter. Force Kaya backwards. They're so good at delaying attacks as well. Guy has gone down though. That might be a concern for Manila Digger. Guy has gone down off the ball. And you definitely need him.
Well, let's see if they're going to need him in this particular attack. They still have some numbers here. Oh, that was a poor pass looking for Bas. And now finally the referee has taken notice. Well, Galicia has now called the physios to check on the leading man for Manila Digger.
Well, Usman Guy is the last player you'd want to get injured right before the title decider on Saturday, because you will need him against Taguig. What could be a final. It is basically a final match for the season to decide who's the champion. He also has some wrapping around his tie already, so it might have been something even before this match started.
And that could be some signs of wear, some signs of concern. But get this, 19 appearances, 29 goals.
Incredible.
Yeah, Pa Usman Guy has really been a goal-scoring machine. And he's not just scoring against the teams in the bottom half of the table. He's taking the goals and breaking the net in championship team games as well.
And you also look at this Challenge League campaign. He did score a number of goals as well in international competitions. So that's proof already that that is a really, really good player. You will for sure also have a fight to keep him for next season if you're Manila Digger. I'm sure it's inevitable that a lot of eyeballs abroad are looking at the likes of Guy, Nishioka maybe as well, Toure. Thumbs up from the physio, so Guy will look okay to continue. But again, Guy has been so pivotal to Manila Digger this season. And it looks like they're going to allow him to play on. But there are subs also warming up. The depth is incredible as well from Manila Digger. They've sent out Psycho CC to warm up, so that would be the natural change if they need it.
Well, hopefully that is going to just be it. But looks like Pa Usman Guy is walking a little bit awkwardly after the physio check. So he might not have very long left in this game. And they really have to save him up, because let's say, even if they keep the scoreline as is, winning or putting a draw against Taguig is still paramount next game. So it's still not fully in the balance. They have one hand at the trophy, but they still haven't fully gotten it yet.
Yeah, there's some clarification as well that needs to be had, also because of our live chat discussions. But Manila Digger, if they win this match, they go up to 59 points, 2 points in front of Taguig. So they still need to make sure that they take care of that match.
So in other words, regardless of what happens tonight, it goes down the wire, because Taguig, if they want to, can still have a say But looks like there is further concern down the pitch right now, and this time it is Kaya, and the substitute, the former skipper Bedic, is holding his hamstring there.
Well, that's not a pretty sight. A sub being injured only a few minutes after coming on, and they don't have an out-and-out striker as well on the bench. Del Rosario would be the closest they have to that, so it's gonna be tough if you have an injury. I'd imagine Mirbach would have to play up front. He went down because of this stretch. I think that's pretty clearly an accidental collision with Jordan Jarvis. I don't think Jarvis meant this at all. It's just a coming together, but that did look nasty for Bedic.
Especially if you're not really used to that kind of stretch. Yes, that will certainly make it hurt in places you don't want.
It's a tough one for Bedic. It looks like he's in a lot of pain. That is not something you want to see from such a prolific figure as well for Kaya.
And right now, looks like both the tips of the spear for both of these teams have just had their fair share of leg troubles. On your screen, Yu Hoshide, who has won this league twice already, looking to add to the silverware hopefully next season, because this year is all gone for him. Manila Digger, on the other hand, has the best chance to secure that title after, I think this is their second year in the top flight. So after 2 years from starting off, finally within touching distance of silverware.
Really rapid rise, must be said. Stretcher has been called, but not too sure what is being signaled. If Bedic is going to be okay to continue or if he needs to be subbed off.
Well, let's see if he would be able to stand up on his own here. So far he can, but how does the leg feel after walking? That would be the question, especially if your objective is to outrun, outgun, and outpace the really stern defense of Manila Digger. You're going to need all the physical strength you got.
Yeah, Jarvis and Juf have been so good in this match. Again, they've been so tightly knitted to their opponents, and that's why Kaya have had no joy at all in the final third. I don't think Bedic's going to be able to continue. He is walking off, but he is also limping off quite slowly, so that's not what you want to see from Kaya. I imagine a change will be made. Lucas Del Rosario is stripped and ready to come on. Accidental injury. There was nothing intentional from Jarvis there. But yeah, it's going to be the end of the night for Bedic.
So, veteran experience and elite finishing to be replaced by energy and the burst of speed up front. What do you think would how would the dynamic change with this kind of unexpected change?
It's a tough one to lose Bedic, especially when you're chasing a goal. I think Del Rosario is a good sub, though. He's good in tight spaces, and as we've seen, the spaces are so tight in the defensive third for Manila Digger. I think Mirbach as well will shift up front, while Del Rosario will probably shift out to the wing because they need a more focal point, and Mirbach is more of a focal point up front compared to anyone else on the pitch at the moment. Free kick, though, to what?
Well, Mike Ott now. This is Mike Ott's space, Mike Ott position. And with the wall, he's going to take it on himself. Oh, straight into the wall it goes. Yamazaki! Almost so close. And there it is, your confirmation. By the way, Pa Usman has also returned alongside Lucas Del Rosario in the pitch. So right now, this is, again, back to equal numbers, but not equal goals.
Del Rosario instead actually looks like he'll play as the number 9 for Kaya. So you've had 3 different players in that position this evening. None of them have had joy. As well as the fact that they're having to be so isolated when Kaya don't have the ball and having to chase such long distances without even getting a touch.
Looks like Manila Digger almost found another breakthrough there on the left side of the wall. They still retain the ball, move the play over to the right side where Wamba Tafem is waiting, looking for that run. Gets it back into the middle. Can he find somebody in front? It goes back to Wamba Tafem and still couldn't be able to get the decent touch to it, but it also just signals the intention that they are not backing down despite the difference in goals.
Even though he was second best to that loose ball, he was still firmly in there. In the end, actually commits a foul because of it. But they're still aiming for those counterattacks, those transition moments to try and catch out Kaya and to try and make this an even steeper scoreline. Meanwhile, Kaya, on the other hand, having absolutely no joy in trying to attack down the final third. That's better, though.
Well, that is definitely better. Kumaki, whoa, slipped on. Yeah, unfortunate for him. That was a good run coming from that, from the wings. Oh, Hausman Guy receives another knock, and it will be a foul against Kaya.
You could actually hear him scream when he went down. That is not pretty for Manila Digger. You need him fit. And I'm looking at the bench as well of Manila Digger. Saiku Sise was about to come on. I'd imagine in place of Pa Usman Guy. That would have been a sub. That would have been helpful a few minutes ago. Because now Sise, or rather Guy, has gone down again. That is not beneficial at all to what's coming on Saturday.
Well, looks like Manila Digger has started to shuffle the cards here. But again, here's the replay from that incident. That is a tough one there. Looks like play has continued here. And again, Pa Usman Guy making a run. Ooh, you saw him limp a little there. But again, he keeps the ball. Puts in a good pass. Straight into the hands of Dato it goes.
Magic from Usman Guy. I thought he was injured a few seconds ago, and look at that run. He's taking on the entire Kaya defense.
And that run, I really saw that split second where instead of putting his foot forward, it kind of stopped. But looks like it is confirmed. The night for Pa Usman Guy is done. This is a triple change for Manila Digger. Sise, Limbo coming in. And also Sambu.
Rotation now from Manila Digger. They want everyone rested. It's not a long turnaround as well. So Wednesday to Saturday, not a lot of time to train and prepare and recover for what would be the biggest match of the season. So that's why early subs are being made so that all of the starters can be fresh for that Taguig game.
That is a very difficult ask, especially that it has been a really competitive afternoon for all of the teams to have that game on Saturday. But you know what? Of all the PFL seasons we've had so far, this has been the most competitive of them all so far this season. 11 teams, although there is still some disparity between the upper half and the bottom half, we've been treated to so much spectacular football where nobody is going to expect it, or nobody is going to be able to predict what happens next. And hopefully, in the next season, it's going to be something similar to this too.
We started in late August, and then it's going down to the final game of the season. That's how tightly fought it's been between these two teams. Kudos to all the teams that were able to have that infrastructure in place as well to have a season this long, our longest season yet. And I was made aware also by Chino Sator, our colleague, also known as PFL Database, that out of 3 times the PFL has gone to the final day, it's come, 2 of them have come in the last day, 2 of them have come in the last seasons rather. So incredible that it's been so close for this long. And yeah, everyone's gonna have their eyes on Saturday.
Well, here comes Manila Digger. They have their eyes in front for another goal. And a shot. Dato saves, spills it, but recovers. And now it's time for a counter-attack if Shuto Kumaki can control it. No, he can't. Taniko does a great job. Nishioka cleans up, and the ball just goes back to the defense. Sambu just cleaning it up for his team. Ninji starting it quickly there with Nishioka, and now Limbo. Still activity on that left side they go. And you have to highlight that all of this effort tonight, even without their skipper, is quite a feat right now for Manila Digger.
They're going to need to replicate it as well against the gig because Manny won't be available for that one as well. There was an unpretty sight off your camera. Guy was being stretchered off actually. They will be hoping that it's nothing too serious and that he'll actually be okay for Saturday's game, but it didn't look promising, I'll say that.
Well, we know how influential Pa Usman Guy is to his team. Not only does he have a lot of goals, but he is also having a lot of assists. 6 assists this season. So you know that he is a critical piece if you want to score more goals. But Kaya now wants to take advantage of his absence. Here they come through that right side. Kaya still can control that ball inside. Murbach loses it. And still an opportunity for Manila Digger to just turn down the table and just consume the time.
And Murbach trying to force his way through what's been a spotless Manila Digger defense so far, but it hasn't worked. There's going to be another change also for Kaya. Last roll of the dice, I think, perhaps from Coach Yoshi. They don't have much subs this evening as well. This could be their last sub. It's going to be Basindanan on the pitch shortly.
Well, Basindanan, another forward-minded attacker there, perhaps to add the options that can take the ball into dangerous spots. But so far, getting the ball to dangerous spots is quite a challenge for Kaya. With the defense being displayed right now by Manila Digger, this is certainly turning out to be a great rout. NG being pressed, still keeps it cool under pressure. And now the defense wants to play that ball confidently out of their own half.
They do that so well. They can lure in Kaya's press and then play through it, because Kaya's press is slightly disjointed. You can tell a few of them want to press full throttle, and then a few of them want to be a little bit more conservative, and it's just allowing Manila Digger to exploit any gaps and spaces in the midfield like they are doing now. They've had possession for a really long time now, and it's paying off.
Well, right now they still have it. Manila Digger through Limbo. Ooh, that was a poor touch, and Shuto Komaki could take advantage. Passes to Melisa, who's got space. Now on the right side they go. Murbach looks up, can't find no one, tries to pass. Now it's back to Melisa, tries the shot, but couldn't.
What a tackle.
Wow, that was as clean as you get. No whistle from the referee or anything there. Taninko has the ball, and now he doesn't even have to rush the attack.
Well, even when they're a little bit disjointed and a little bit light at the back, Manila Digger are still able to make last-ditch challenges to keep this clean sheet ongoing. And that tackle on Melisa was crunching, but clean.
NG has had a lot of contributions in the forward movement, but so far the defense has really been a rock wall for him. And now here comes Manila Digger again. Nishioka. Oops, skips on doing that pass, waits for Limbo instead. Now Limbo has the responsibility to deliver. In the middle it goes. Boss couldn't turn and shoot, but it's still not over. Manila Digger has someone who tries to put it in, but not anywhere near the goal, and the substitution can now happen.
Menzi off for Basindanan, fullback off for a more attacking-minded player. Basindanan has played fullback as well this season, so it also might be light for like. That previous chance was Davao with the long shot. Everyone trying to get in on the act from Manila Digger. Their left back all the way up there, taking a shot on goal. I think that's a testament to the dominance they've had throughout this match, that everyone wants to get in on the act and everyone is getting on chances as well. Meanwhile for Kaya, I still struggle to think of any huge clear-cut chances that have really tested NG. It's all been very routine for the backline of Manila Digger.
And so far they have been able to take charge and take control of whatever Kaya is throwing at them. But again, Kaya is trying to look for another one here. Still Rosario couldn't find the path through. Goes to Ott. Ott can't do it. Zambrano again, and now he's being hounded by Bas. Had to put it back for pressure. Kaya just wants to put the ball forward, but they really couldn't find the passes necessary to even clear or get to the edge of the attacking third.
Must be quite disheartening for Kaya. He's played against Jarvis, who's been so good. And then in his place comes Sambu, who is so solid as well, fresh off the bench. Incredible depth from Manila Digger, and must do something to Kaya mentally as well to see all of those great subs coming on.
And the passes themselves being denied at will. But here comes Melisa, tries to lay it off on that right side. Hoping for some good passing there. Melisa again, back to Zambrano, who miscues it. Arboleda to the rescue. Back to Malumanzoko it goes. And now Kaya has another lifeline to start over. Zambrano, back to Ott. Ott looks up. Ott charges in, puts the pass. Murbach couldn't touch it.
Look at that 3 players glued to Mirbach to make sure that he didn't get any touch on that. So concentrated defensively, Manila Digger are.
Well, again, here they go with Mike Ott trying to break through the line. But great tackle again from the defense. You really cannot fault them this evening.
And look at that, who was it making the tackle? It was Kenji Nishioka. So all of them, even the attackers, are willing to drop back and track back when needed, when they need to suffer and make the defensive effort as well. And I'm sure that's one of the reasons why Nishioka will possibly make his Philippines debut just a few weeks' time.
We are all looking forward to that. Nakala nyo matatapos na. Yes, the league will be over this weekend. And header punched away by NG. But Philippine football is not over yet. And that attempt just goes skywards. Unfortunate from the substitute.
Pasindanan still a little bit cold perhaps off the bench. Didn't have a long time to warm up and that half volley was wayward. But again, you were mentioning it, we have a lot of action coming up even though the PFL is ending. So we have the Tri-Nations Friendly, we have the Hyundai Cup, and of course we have the World Cup. Not too sure who's going to win it this time around. But yeah, it's going to be entertaining nonetheless for sure.
And if you are a fan of Philippine football, stick around because we know that we will have a lot of games in store for you while waiting for the next edition of the PFL to happen. But right now, we still have this game at hand. Manila Digger is making the most of it. NG, goal kick to him, goes over. Kaya tries to push it back forward. Arboleda wins it. Now with Zambrano. Malu Manzoko being untested, but he also needs to use that ball wisely now. Yamazaki back to Zambrano again. Sees the walk of Arboleda.
Arboleda has a tough task this evening because he's a right-footed left back, so he has worse angles, not on his strong foot. He's being forced inside by Toure a lot.
Well, here they go again on that right side. Now Kaya goes. Meliza through the wings. Will they find joy there? No, they won't. Still, the defensive prowess coming from this team in the ascendancy has been a thorn in their sights.
I think that's been the story of this evening. Contrasting final third excursions from both teams. Manila Digger swift, clinical, and so physical. Meanwhile, Kaya just uninspired in the final third, which is not what we're used to seeing from such a great team. But that's the reason the scoreline reads the way it does.
Well, here comes Kaya again, trying to get it away from Toure before he causes any damage. Manzoko finds Ott. Now Yamazaki, who has no longer been participating much in the attacks coming from Kaya. Center back along with Malu Manzoko now, who has the ball and looking up. Will he find Arboleda on the left? He does. To Komaki, good pass back to Arboleda. Arboleda trying to look for Komaki, but Tanico had a better view of that ball. Zambrano wins it from Bas. An attack could ensue. But again, the reactive defensive work coming from Manila Digger has been denying Kaya all night.
Yeah, look at that. Mirbach wanted the pass to his feet and had no time to think because all of a sudden he blinks and he lost the ball. Again, that's been Digger's story this evening. They're first to every loose ball, first to every moment where Kaya are just slightly asleep. And it's back to the drawing board for next season. It looks like for Kaya, it's not been a promising season for them. Although they've had better performances in round 3, but Kaya will feel they're a team that always should be in a title race, and they couldn't meet that standard this time around.
Well, it looks like they are still back on the drawing board for this particular game. Looking to look for some space. Meliza looking for Ott, couldn't find him. Boss now. And we have highlighted throughout the season how deadly the attacks coming from Manila Digger is. But right now, their defense is so rock solid that it could be a good foundation for a lot of teams to look at how the defense moves as a unit, how disciplined they are, and how they move forward. With Nishioka trying to that pass, couldn't find his man, but the pressure is really getting to Kaya.
Manila Digger so defensively resolute. Again, Kaya will feel though that still, even though their opponents are so resolute, they didn't help themselves with the type of performance they had this evening. NG has gone down again. That's not the first time that's happened already this match. That could be a concern. Already lost Guy to a potential injury. You want to lose your goalkeeper as well.
This has been the same from earlier in the first half, I believe, with NG being not really encountering any challenges off the ball movement there, but a lot of concern for the goalkeeper. Again, if ever they need to swap him out, I think how many substitutions do they still have left, if I'm not mistaken?
This might be their last sub window, if I'm not mistaken. They made 3 earlier on. Rather, they made 4. Actually, no, I think they still have 2 more sub windows, so they will be safe, it looks like. And it looks like they're going to use one of those now in Shermar Felonco, coming on against his former club as well. And I think that's also a testament to their depth. You're bringing on Shermar Felonco, a really established PFL player, off the bench to close out the last 3 minutes of open play. That's such great depth from Manila Digger.
And just like that, the time has certainly flown by. It is already 87, 88 minutes in regulation. We still have stoppage to come in the next couple of minutes. But so far this evening, it really has been Manila Digger all night. And while they haven't been able to add to their score, they have shown quite an incredible defensive showing. Kaya has tried different tactics, different angles, and so far they've been able to not only absorb that, but turn it against Kaya in dangerous counterattacks that almost buried them even deeper into the rabbit hole.
With the way this game has gone, I can think of more chances that Digger had to increase their scoreline rather than Kaya chances to actually level the scoreline. They've created so many chances in this match.
And again, that's another chance gone begging for Kaya with that poor pass to the final attacking third. The flavor that the defending champions have shown throughout the night.
Well, all eyes now on that Taguig game, because it will be such a vital game for both teams. Manila Digger already beat Taguig twice. They'll need to do it a third time. A draw would still favor Manila Digger though, and that's the wild card they have in their cards.
Oh, and another one trying to go for another offensive shape here, but Kaya manages to get that ball. Now they want to do it quickly. The men in black loses the ball in midfield before it even reaches the final attacking third. All the way back to NG. Rosario tries to give chase, and NG has just been knocked over.
It's going to be a yellow card for Basindanan, who just ran into NG when the ball was already not in play between those two players. Clear frustration foul from Basindanan, boiling over at this point. NG very calm on possession, even though there was a player hounding him down. But yeah, that's a clear foul.
Ooh.
Once again, clear foul, clear yellow card as well. So it's a good call from referee Paul Galicia.
Well, if you have not seen it, on your screen now is the confirmation. We have 9 minutes of additional time. And if Kaya was on the verge of pulling a goal back, this could really be 9 critical minutes for them. But so far, they haven't really stepped up to any threats. And this 9 minutes is just something that Manila Digger could just easily absorb.
At this rate, it's going to be another clean sheet for Manila Digger. It will actually be their 3rd clean sheet over Kaya this season alone. And that is a very prestigious record to have if you're a Manila Digger. And that's a record you will not ever want to hear again if you're Kaya.
But that also means to say that they have Kaya's number and they know exactly what to do whenever they face it up. You know, it could be said that of all the teams that they're prepared for, I think Kaya is the team that they have been prepared for the most.
Yeah, and don't forget, before this game, Manila Digger were winless in round 3. So they've improved, but you know, if you were Kaya before this game, you would have felt there was something in this game for you to exploit. Once the game started, it really was Manila Digger's game.
Well, they are still not giving up despite the overwhelming odds. Mike Ott just trying to get the ball back, but couldn't really do so without drawing a foul.
Again, a foul born out of frustration. We're going to see a lot of those, you'd imagine, from Kaya. Frustrated that they've been second best in this match. Again, that is not the standard that Kaya have set in previous seasons.
Maliza wants to give chase there. He is one of the speedier players from this Kaya team, but couldn't really get to NG before he released the ball. And now Manila Digger just passing the ball around the defense. Ooh, they could have broken it. The flag stays down. Could there be another late action? And there is! The sound of that crowd elated with a goal from the number 10, Saiko Sise, which last season was doing the same job that Pa Usman Guy has been doing. The quality in the bench, the teams are really, really full of powerful tools.
And again, it's from the same game plan they've been using the whole match. If you make runs in behind, time it to perfection, beat the offside trap, you will be in a favorable position because you have pace over those Kaya defenders. Sise with the nonchalant celebration. I think the result was already in the bag, but the great finish from the number 10. Dato had no chance. Credit to Limbo for that speedy run, but he timed it and stayed on side. But still, if you're Kaya, you would be saying that was too easy, and that was such an easy way to concede a goal. Nail in the coffin now from the team that is going to lead the league after this match.
Nail in the coffin. It has been shut tight from the get-go. But Kaya still trying to knock it down in hopes of maybe turning the scoreline into something a little bit more decent for a defending champion. But the answer has always been denied off of this team. Manila Digger really showing who the team is that's in the ascendancy tonight. Through midfield, Zambrano manages to find a pass. No, Murbach couldn't get to it. And now Zambrano loses that ball in midfield, and this could be danger again. Oh, another one. Really physical, and it could get intense.
You can tell Manila Digger are such confident at the moment. Every time they go forward, they pour so many bodies forward. Taning ko offer Barcelona some more rotation as well, more rest before the Taguig game. Yeah, what a position Manila Digger find themselves in at the moment.
Well, Barcelona checks in for Taninko, and that I think is substitution number 6.
I think that's, yeah, it's their last as well.
So that means that if any one of these players need to step away, they no longer have the option. But we are just 4 minutes away from completing stoppage time, and there certainly looks like no going back for Kaya. Ball goes out, and it is in a good spot here. Komaki asking for that ball quickly before the defense could form, but they couldn't get that ball back to him quick enough.
Bit of gamesmanship as well from NG. He is not going to give Komaki that ball. And that allows Manila Digger to settle into their defensive shape, which has been impenetrable this evening.
They have not made any mistakes. It looks like they're the ones who actually heeded our tips for the game. Not only did they take what's theirs, but they also had made lesser errors in this game too. And so far, Kaya has been on the short end of the stick for them.
Yeah, some Taguig players in the stands as well, scouting perhaps Manila Digger, because they know that it will all come down to that final 90 minutes of the season.
Final 90 minutes, Manila Digger just put themselves in a place where a draw would be enough. And NG, one of those contributors to this clean sheet that we see this evening, the weight now falls squarely on the shoulders of one Taguig if they want to do something in the season. But so far, the dominance being shown by Manila Digger has started to come through and in through fruition again. Two number 14s clashing. Nishioka wins it. And here it goes. Foul really close to the spot here. And perhaps a late game scare coming from Kaya. Nothing more about consolation if they succeed. However, it does make this a little bit more easy on the eyes.
We'll make the scoreline slightly respectable. It's going to be Merbach to take the free kick, which he won. These haven't been successful for Kaya this match, but it would be a good way at least to spoil the clean sheet of Omar NG. As it stands though, again, Manila Digger are going to be that team. If they win the championship, they get into the Shopee Cup as well. That would be a huge boost for them after already making the Challenge League this season.
It is prestige indeed. Merbach goes low. Wall still detects it. And it is cleared. But there are some runners going after that ball, so it could still end up as a counter. Great header towards Dato. Just goes in, and the defense is able to cope. Oh, Toure there with a great interception. And now the danger! Almost goal number 4 right there.
I think there was an offside. I'm not sure why Cisse still got this ball. Should have left it to Toure because Cisse was in an offside position. Oh, no, he wasn't. Oh, but that's going to be the last play anyway, so it doesn't matter at all.
Looks like the referee has no longer needed to see the final minute of stoppage time. He has called it quits. And at the end of this evening, it looks like the final day, it will be a much easier game to take for Manila Digger. As it stands, full time it is. Manila Digger 3, Kaya FC Iloilo 0. And so far, the weight on their shoulders have finally been lifted. This was the pressure cooker. This was the critical point, because if they were to bring a poor momentum going into the final game, we don't know what would happen. But so far, they stepped up, found their rhythm, and got it back. Final thoughts on this game, Diego?
The penultimate match of both of these teams. One of them will be ecstatic at how it went. Manila Digger are one step away from being PFL champions, but Want the Gig can still have something to say about that. So excited for Saturday, Glenn.
Saturday is the game to watch. Both of these teams have set the stage for what would be the best PFL season so far in our history, and we are looking forward to how it boils down to the wire. With this win, they now only need to secure 1 point in their next game against Want the Gig. And if they succeed, they finally, in their short history of this league, lift the championship for the first time. But on their tails right now is a team who's also just started on the best foot possible too. Want the Gig has been hot on their heels and has done what they need to do to be able to strike within distance. So far, both of these teams, different contrasting styles. What do you think would happen in the next game, Jake?
Very excited. It's going to be a clash, you mentioned. But as we know, both of these teams so full of quality, and it will be a fight to the end for those two teams. I cannot wait for that game, Glenn.
Well, we are showing you the stats. We also have the man of the match interview coming to you next. But so far, everything that you expect from the penultimate game has delivered. And again, we bring you the final score. Manila Digger 3, Kaya FC Iloilo 0. This has been Glenn Casas. This has been Diego Javier. We've just brought you the PFL. We are PFL.
Usman, 3-0, more than enough to grab the win in this game. A big one over Kaya, the defending champs, of course. How is it? Because you and the team pretty much have one hand on the trophy right now, heading into the last game day here this season?
Actually, first of all, I would say Alhamdulillah 7 times, and I would thank my teammates and the fans too. Playing Kaya is not easy because one, they are the defending champion and they are the biggest club in the Philippines. So we respect them and stood behind and got the results at the end of the game. Thank you.
You have a very healthy lead in the Golden Boot race, or to be top scorer. One more game day here. Is this on your mind, or are you only thinking about winning the whole league here?
Yeah, we want to win everything, definitely, because we deserve it. Yeah, we've been working hard, playing international games, at the same time in the league, playing week in, week out. So definitely we need this trophy. We need to win our last game or we draw, and we will be champions of PFL, inshallah.
Last game, of course, win or lose here. You guys are going for the title. I want to give you the floor to invite the fans to support you and the entire league, of course, and the team, Manila Digger.
Obviously, we will celebrate. We will celebrate, inshallah. Yeah, it's the last dance, bro. It's the last dance. We're going to dance, inshallah. By the grace of God, we're going to dance. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Alay ang pawis at dugo, binti at braso ang puhunan mo. Sa bawat segundong huminga, pruweba to na ika'y uubra. Ang puso iyong pakinggan, pangalan mo kanilang dinidilian. Diretso lang ang tingin, di ka nila kayang ibagin. Matalo man o magsakit, di tayo
Pressure is the opener. Halige, will he take it? What a goal! Halige! And it's a goal. Bottom left corner. Opportunity for Philippine Army, and it is an equalizer. Fantastic goal. It's free on the right side, looking for the cross. Beto, and it's a goal for Want the Gig. Yoga takes it straight to the goal. First blood drawn. Could easily be pulled back, but here's Aristorenas, no offside. Aristorenas makes it two.
Mirbach meets that one from Malunsoko. Shoots, and they double the lead.
Yamaguchi! What a hit!
There's an attacking chance, and the Aguilas slip it in.